It's been 6 years since the Anaheim Ducks made the playoffs. Will it become 7 this year? Most likely, as it has been a quiet offseason for the Ducks, who aimed to add a top 6 winger and a top 4 defenseman, but didn't. Once again, Verbeek did try, and once again, thank goodness he failed, because the contract years he was offering to veteran players sounded scary. It's been a quiet last month, aside from the never-ending Trevor Zegras trade rumors, so it seems Pat Verbeek is done with signing and making trades. So why not make a video predicting the lineup for next season, forcing him to make a move? Because you know Beaker is going to do something as soon as this drops. And I feel like after making this video, we are missing something. If you want a full breakdown of Ducks free agency so far, check out this video from last month. Nothing has changed. But as it stands, the only acquisitions the Ducks made were 2 trades with Detroit and Seattle for forward Robbie Fabry and defenseman Brian Dumoulin, as well as 2 free agency signings in Janice Harkins and Carson Meyer. Verbeek also re-signed Lundstrom, Vakanainen, Leeson, Regenda, Nestorenko, and Lacombe. So unless Verbeek pulls off a blockbuster move before the start of the season, the team appears to be set. So here are my lineup predictions for next season. The first lineup is what I think the Ducks will do, and the second is what I want. These are all the players I could see maybe play 1 game for the Ducks this year. So first up, no question, this is the easiest decision. Our number 1 center is Leo Carlsson. Lock it up, throw away the key. Then in the last game of the season, last year, he was given the honor of being on the first line in his first NHL game. And I think he will be given that honor again come opening night. Cutter Gauthier will be our first line left winger. He was also on that line for the last game. He shoots left, like the other 2, but Alex Killorn will be our first line right winger. The next 2 lines could probably be interchangeable as the second and third line, but our second line center will be Zegras, and he will be right winged by Timmy, aka Terry. And on the left side, we got Frank the Tank for Toronto. The third line will be centered by McTavish, with Fabry on the left and Ryan Strome on the right. The fourth line is where things kind of get interesting, because I think it really comes down to who has the best camp, but I think Lundy is still a lock to be our fourth line center, and I think if McGinn is healthy, he is our best option for the left side, and Leeson for the right side. And I guess you gotta throw some sprinklings of Ross Johnston in the lineup most likely. First call up will probably be Harkins. Alright, so that's what I think will happen. Now, here's what I want. Top line stays the same. For the second line, you move Z over to wing and move McTavish up. That is a great looking top 6. The problem is that the center depth is kind of suspect. Strome would be the third line center, with Frankie on the left, and I was going to say Fabry on the right, but the defense on that line would be atrocious, so I moved Leeson up to the third. So the fourth line would still be centered by Lundy, with McGinn or Fabry on either side. Ross Johnston gets shot into the sun, and first call-up would be Nestorenko or Colangelo. Now on to the defense. Again, the first part is what I think will happen, the second is what I want. It pains me to say this, but the fact his ice time didn't go down that much during the season, I think Cam Fowler will still be on our number 1 pairing. Truth be told, I don't really like anyone with Fowler, but it's 0-1 Zellweger who gets the job. The second pair will be Mintyukov and Gudas. The third pair may actually be a little controversial, but Verbeek said that Leno will be on the team next year.
I feel we're at a place now to where we can take a step. You know, we've got our good young players are already in place, you know, and some more are arriving, you know, like Cutter Gauthier, and there'll be a couple more next year young players that are going to step, like Luno will probably step into the lineup next year and be a full-time player. So there's another 20-year-old in the lineup. So we're taking steps, and now for me, I want to push to where these guys are now. We're pushing forward to get into a playoff race. You know, that's going to be our goal, to be fighting for that right down the stretch.
So Leno and Dumoulin as the third pair. So that means every young D will have a veteran D with them. I also think Vakanainen and Lacombe rotate in quite a lot. So for my choice, first things first, Fowler is no longer a top pair defenseman. If I had to pick someone for him to play with, I think I would actually pick Dumoulin. So that means Minty Fresh would be on our top pair, and I think if the people left, I would put Leno with him. I think Gudas would be the best fit, but I don't want Leno with Zelli. So that means Zelli would be with Gudas, and again, Vakanainen and Lacombe would probably rotate in quite a lot. I think Helleson might get like a game or 2, but I think this is his last year with the Ducks. Oh yeah, I guess goalies too. That's simple. Dostal and Gibson will be splitting time. Here are the lineups side by side. Let me know the changes you would make in the comments. Looking at both lineups, there is definitely something missing. Of course, on the defensive side, it's time. All the young players just need time to develop. Same goes with some of the forwards too. But in the forward group, you know who we're missing? Patrick Laine. He would be a perfect fit right here. If you want to hear a little bit more about why I think he'd be a perfect fit, go watch this video here. Otherwise, thank you to our members. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and go Ducks!
Did you see Gavrikov coming back door on the goal that he scored off of your shot? Were you looking for a rebound there, or were you trying to score with your shot?
No, I don't shoot for rebounds. I shoot to score.